Hmm. Good evening. Good evening, people. Yes. So, I'm looking like one tired fellow. And truly, I am tired. Inspired by Habeeb. Thank you. Thank you so much. Timekeeper. I love that. So, good evening. I am going to be live with Inspired by Habeeb, also known as Canva Lord. And we're going to be talking and sharing thoughts on so many. Good evening, Habeeb.
Hi, good evening.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. Good evening. How are you?
I'm very good. Very, very good. Though I'm tired, but I am good.
I want to fix my light.
Wow. So, it's good to have you. First of all, I'm going to say thank you. Thank you for doing me this honor. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Like, I am grateful for that. Like,
It's a
I
pleasure.
just saw your gratitude testimony and I said, okay, let me just roll my dice. And immediately I rolled my dice. Someone said, it's fine. And I'm like, wow, woo. Thank you. Thank you.
It's okay. It's fine actually.
Thank you.
And as a matter of fact, can we continue? Can I say something?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Okay. So I feel like as I played that thing where I would say I finally find a purpose in life. I finally find a message. Understand? Something that's worth living and dying for. Something that actually keep me just wake up and in the morning I'm like, yo, I'm ready to inspire someone today. Understand? So I would say it's actually it's a what's the word? It's an honor really for me to be here to share my story because as much as I possibly can, ever since I found that healing, ever since I've been free, so to speak, I found that I found myself, and it's like, hey, I owe it to the world. I owe it to just that one person out there to listen to my story every single day. When you hear that, if you're going through the same thing, or probably if you gone past it in your past, listen. If you're currently at that age
Yeah.
where you're unable to forgive someone, be it your parents, your spouse, or any other thing, right? Or you just set yourself free. Probably when you listen to this story tonight, of course you'll be free. Hopefully that's my motivation and then inspiration about this. So thank you. Yes, thanks again for having me. Thank you.
Wow. And I think I love the perspective you have, the mindset you have that it's not just because of you, but because you are free, you need to tell your story for someone else to get, even if it's to forgive a spouse, because you see that forgiving a spouse is another story on its own, you know. Because if I tell you what I heard from someone who is nursing unforgiveness today, and I was like, wow, does this really happen? I thank you so much. So before we start, who are you?
Oh well, my name is Adi. Yeah, I'm the founder of Canva Lodge. So basically, what I do at Canva Lodge is I'm a brand strategist, a brand and communication strategist. So majorly at the core for in a nutshell, in a simple layman language, yeah, I'm a visual storyteller. I help businesses, I teach businesses how to tell their stories, you understand, in the most appealing way to their audience to maximize profits. So basically, that's what I do. And I'm starting to answer the question, who are you, right? And so I'm a very fun-loving person, you understand. So I'm a very fun-loving person. I'm a very, yeah, so I love it. So basically, I love to talk, just to interact with people, yeah, to inspire people. Yeah. So that is me. That is a big difference.
Okay, so why the name Canva Lord? I want to know why that name Canva Lord.
Do you have time?
Eh?
Do you have time? Do you have the time?
Okay,
You want
I
to
don't have time. Okay, let's leave it. Let's leave it. It's going to be another day. Let's just go to
okay,
the
but
story of the day.
brief to it, right?
So let me
Before,
leave the
oh
let me.
no. I'm just gonna take 2 minutes to give you like a break of it.
Okay, okay.
Before I quit my job, before I resigned, and I think in 2019, yeah, I resigned 2019. I used to work for a digital marketing agency, very big one at that. Can you hear me?
I can.
Hello,
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
can you hear me, please? I think it's breaking. I see, right?
Yes, I can hear you. I can.
Okay,
I can hear
so
you.
I've always been this proactive kind of woman being. That's how I've always been wired. So that even while we have graphics designer rather in house. So whenever it's kind of like delaying the job, because my job is to I'm an inbound strategist. I create content and also post it. I manage brands for a lot of like big brands such as automobile, real estate. I'm talking big brands in Nigeria here, but that's not my point. So whenever I have to like post on, if I'm scheduling my post, I'm to like post, let's say 10 a.m. If the design is not ready, and I'm waiting for that what's the graphic design, I'll go on Canva design because I've using Canva since 2014. It's just
Wow.
I'm a very creative person, so I'm good with that design. But I'm not monetizing, I'm not doing anything with it. So I will just go there create it. So as a result, my colleagues, you know that of course I reach people here. So jokingly, they normally call me Canva Lord, Canva God, Canva God, like that.
Okay.
Jokingly, you understand? I didn't even talk about it. So then after I resigned, I started a business, Smart Biz. So Smart Biz was catering for event planners.
Okay.
So I was helping them build up their business, communicate their languages, and create content in the most applicable to their audience. The same thing I was doing. Yeah. But then, eventually, 2020, last year, Corona hit. It's like affected the event planning industry a lot. So I wasn't getting clients because, of course, they had to like get clients. And there was no communication, there was no physical interaction due to the COVID-19. So I had to, like, as a guy now, they say, when correct will blow you. Your head will correct. You have to look for you feel me, right? So I had to like look for other stuff. So I was just the thing just hits me like, yo, I didn't have a skill like actually do monetize. Yeah, so I just went ahead, I did some research on how to like monetize your skills. So I saved for money there, so I attended some few courses there and there. Yeah, so I said that's why I said, this is it for me. I opened Canva. So for the next since like March, I think the COVID started in March last year. March, April, May, June. For the next 4 months, I wasn't selling anything. I was just giving out. I'm just I'm helping business owners how to like create content, how to design big like, how do you style your content on Instagram and like things like that. So people were consuming my content, they were like, So I waited, I had that patience until people started reaching out to me in the DM, asking, like there's people we normally call them brain pickers. Are you with me? So they will come to your DM.
I'm hearing you.
So for me, my idea is like, I'm going to wait for 4 months. After 4 months, let's see how it goes. But God so good, I think within 3 months, it started happening. People started reaching out, asking me questions about. So the same question they started asking me about, I created like a just video, 10 minutes video about it. I started selling 5,000 there. The more they ask, the more I created the class. I created the course of 50K, 100K. That's how I grew. Basically, so I kind of them also. So now the Inspired by Habeeb is a new platform. So it's a speaking platform generally. And the message I have here is just inspire people to find the courage to forgive whoever they've been holding this grudge with. So once you do that, there are other hidden potentials you'll be holding yourself onto.
Yeah.
But because you have to find the courage to seek or to ask for forgiveness or to forgive that person, quote and unquote, like it's both ways. Either ask for forgiveness or to forgive that person. As one of that, as a result of that, is hindering you to see some other potentials you have. So basically, that's
wow. Okay, amazing. I love the story of patience, waiting for 4 months. Okay, before I'm about to ask you this big question, please, one of our audience said that your volume is quite low because everybody wants to know this, forgiveness story. Yeah, so please increase it because we want to hear it.
Let me use my let me see if it's much better.
Okay. So can you hear me?
Is it better?
Yes, it is better. Yes. Good. Very good.
Absolutely. I think we're good. No, it's problem solving. I think, and all this happened again since I've actually like my mind is like very open. Like bring any conversation this night. We're gonna have it with you. I can speak for 5 hours continuously. It will just keep coming. Okay. All by just doing one thing.
All right, so
let's move ahead. Go ahead.
All right. So I'm going to be calling you the king of forgiveness from this day onwards. So what led to
courage?
Okay.
That's my message to the world. Yeah.
Okay. Let's call it the courage king. The courage king. So what led to this? How did you get to this point of having issues with your dad? What caused it? What happened? What was the trigger? What happened? And at what age?
Oh, well, I feel like the moment I know my right from left, you understand, I could understand things. So at that instance, it begins from that particular moment. It wasn't like it was a particular age. I grew up, you understand, despising my dad. I don't get me wrong. Whoever is listening to this, my dad is like my greatest inspiration. He's my hero. He made me who I am today. Because it's a journey. I feel like if you hadn't known what he did, I wouldn't be here today. But that's not my point, right? So to back to your question, I'm just going to give you like a bit background of where I come from with my dad, so I should get a better sense of understanding, right? So I come from the northern part of Nigeria, right? Kano State. Where of course like, the culture, the exposure, and everything is quite different from like the south or the Lagos where you are now, right? And so in the family I grew up for, it's kind of a very big family. I have 2 dads and 4 moms. So
you have what?
For me, it's like 2 dads and 4 moms. Yeah. So my story is very complicated, really. Like you would never find a family like, which is why my story is very unique, and it's me. That's why. Like, hold on, let's just move forward, right? I'm gonna break it down. Don't worry. Don't worry. Hold on, right? So imagine 2 friends growing up together. They are so close to the extent that they have to learn work together. You understand? As when I say work now, I just hand job. Because then both of them are not so that they are not educated, understand? But at least in their level, during that time, they are exposed to the best of their best data. So they learn work together and work together. So they started a business together. They built house together. Understand? One house. They will stay there together. They married 2 wives each together in the same house. They had 4 for each wife. Have 4 children each together in the same house, and the way it was structured, maybe it's from God or something. I don't know how they planned it. Each wife, maybe let's say a wife give back now in 2 or 3 months. The next one will give back. In a nutshell, we are like generation. I belong to the 2nd generation. So in my generation, the next person I think is I'm 29 years old. The other person I think is 30. There's one before me, 28. That's it, and that's how it is from the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. So now you understand why I said I grew up with 2 dads and then 4 moms.
Yeah. So, amazing.
Both of them, so they understood themselves to the extent where no one can come between them, not even their wives.
Wow.
So whatever you hear from one person is what the same person will say. They don't offend each other. I don't know how they do it. So that they have one room, they sit in the same room, while the other wives, all our moms, so they have each separate room. Then the children maybe like we have like other room for the children. Does that make sense? So basically,
and they are not brothers.
They are brothers.
They are friends.
They are friends, and that's exactly where I'm actually coming from. So as a result, people outside are always inspired by their story. So they always look at the children, us, as very fortunate people, because both of them are like they are very good when it comes to society. They have this high standard at their age. I mean, they are very well respected. As a matter of fact, if you live in Kano State and you are Yoruba, chances are that you must have heard of the Gaskia family. Gaskia is an Hausa word. It stands for truth. They say that 2 friends behaving like brothers, like siblings. That's like kind of like, but that's truth. That's what people actually name us from outside. So I'm going to give you a sense of like, kind of like who we are. So when people see us outside, they always say like fortunate. But unfortunately, inside it's a different story. You know, like the way an average child, whenever you are in school, let's say university or something, right? You always feel stressed. The moment you the exams are over, you can't wait. You're always happy to go back home. For me, the reverse was the case. Whenever I'm home, I can't wait to go back to school. I find peace, I find joy, I find happiness outside the school. In my house is fire. And that's as a result of how we have been brought up. I don't get it wrong. Like I said earlier, they are amazing people. So have you read this book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad?
Yeah,
by Robert Kiyosaki. So that's exactly the kind of way they are.
Yeah.
My own dad, my biological father, is like the rich dad. Even though he's not educated, but he believes in education. He can spend his last sweat just to trade. As a matter of fact, if you are a child from our home, if you grow up in a house, you must be educated. The only reason you won't be educated is probably if you didn't pass jam or something. That's on you, not on yourself. But we're going to struggle. Even though the moment you graduated, you are on your own. It's clearly stated. but you must go to school as long as you know what you're doing. But that's what. Then the other dad is the poor dad. He doesn't believe in education or anything. He just believe in life, doesn't learn skills or something. So I'm already driving at to a point, right? So please follow me. And so I live out like the both of them. They are this typical African dad that has this superiority complex. You understand? They're not approachable. You can't talk to them. You can't bring issues to them. They're like they say whatever they say.
The two of them.
The two of them. That's how they are. Whatever they say, that is it.
Wow.
So there's no room for you even expressing yourself or showing your fear, your feeling, your anger, your whatever. That dominance is 100% dominant. Such that whenever we are in the living room, maybe there's a parlor or whatever, the moment you hear that honk, pim, pim, the race will pick from parlor to room, because once they walk inside and see you, something must be wrong. Either your leg is dirty, you put your leg on the table, something must be wrong. Like you must, so to avoid that thing. I'm talking when I was still like 3 years, 5 years. So this is where it started from. So I wasn't so like as a child. I'm not sure if you understand. Like as a 2, 3 years old, you see your dad as a monster. That's where it started from.
I get you. I get you.
So growing up again, like so, I started actually the age of maybe 5, 6, 7. So I wasn't so close to that. So when I started attending the age of primary, you understand it. So and my background, I would say I'm the perfect definition of black sheep in my family. I think that's how my dad see me, the black sheep. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I've always been this. Right from childhood, I know what I want. If I want something, I'm going to go for it, regardless of the consequences. Now, Matthew, I said my house. So which means the house I grew up for, because I'm a Muslim, so it's like an Islamic house. Yes, sir. So whatever you want to do in life, you have to consider where you come from. So it's called, that there's any issue there, because I love to be expressive. That's the kind of person I am from childhood. But because I love about the look of my parents, but scratch that, we're going to come to that. So as I started attending, let's say, primary school age, I'm going to give you a sense of how it started, how it grew. So then I used to be very stubborn, you understand? Like, I don't conform. And the both of them, right, especially my dad, is very dominant. Like, he doesn't show weakness at all. His level of dominance, it's resorted to the extent that even his, I'm not talking like the children now, like even his peers in the family is superior, maybe his uncles or something, they can't face him to talk. How much more the children? I remember him slapping one of them. I think I was 5 years old. There's one of our uncles. I think he's there, but then he's like 25 years old. And you know, like as a child of 5 years old, you're looking at the 5 years old, you're looking at the daddy. I think that's how you see them there. So imagine someone slapping them in your front, in your presence. So it installs some kind of software automatically in my head while growing up. You understand? Then you got to a stage whereby growing up, whenever I go out, because like I said in the house, you can't even go out. You must not pass the gate. Hey, Susan. Hi, Susan. Welcome. By the way, Susan is, I think we grew up together in the north.
Okay. Hello, Susan.
Hi, Susan. Welcome. So give me a thumbs up if you with me. So I'm just trying to validate my point that I'm saying all this, right? Because our house is close opposite to our house. So the disconnect has always been there. That's from childhood. But then I knew where I wanted. I'm very stubborn. So even though if you go out, they will beat you. I will go out. So when I come back, I know that when I'm coming back, I'm coming to face the beating. That's how stubborn I am and how determined I am from childhood. So whenever he beats me when I come back as a child, listen to this. If there's any prayer that is listening to this, I want you to pray close to this. There's power in words. And you never can know what to say to your kid, what is going to install in their head. When my dad actually after beating me, he used to call me one word, gurugu. He would be like, you want gurugu? The word gurugu in Hausa, it means arrow in Yoruba. I'm not sure if you understand. Arrow is like an handicap, an imbecile. Because, I'm a polio survivor. I don't walk straight, like I bend. Okay, as well as let me give you like a demonstration. So when I walk, this is how I walk, you understand? I sort of like bend like this. You understand? So I So then, okay, can you give me a minute, please? Someone is at my door. Someone is knocking at my door. Don't worry. When this life ends, we'll come back. Don't worry. So I have the time. I've cleared my schedule for tonight. I'm sure my assistant, I say to you, right? My PA to you.
Yes, I do, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Just give me a minute.
Wow. Okay, before Habeeb comes back, like he said something that if there's a parent here, they should actually like teach something. And I'm beginning to wonder what will make a child hate or dislike, let me use even dislike the parents so much. And you find out that, okay, because probably let's call him the rebel of the family or the black sheep of the family, or because he questioned culture. We wanted to know why things are done that way. Okay, so we have Habeeb back here.
Hey, come back, here. Nice, makes sense. Yeah? Buy the hold on, please.
It's
But because
no problem.
I'm on live video,
So
and I can't
parents,
like explain myself. Okay. How about we do this way? Okay, let me just excuse myself. So remove the chair. They also they actually brought a shelf for me. You understand?
okay,
So I will just
okay,
stand up and walk a bit while we continue. So yeah, back the chair you cook back the table. And then you're
okay.
Hold on. So can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
I can.
Sorry, I'm not like multitask. Okay, so where was I?
Okay, so you are the rebel and you were ready to be beaten.
I like the word rebel. I like the way. So basically, that is so. After it must have beaten me, right? So as a child, like I said, I'm very stubborn for childhood. So even while he was beating me, I won't cry. I used to call it out, then as a 6-7 years old child. So Odeshi, that kind of yakodumi, you get. So I was young. So a lot of that thing would pain him. Like you're beating a child, you want the child to cry or something, but I won't cry.
And the child is not crying.
Because when he's beating me, he's gonna draw my leg like this, drag my leg like this. But I know, so cool, like I'm beating you and you're not crying. Am I making sense? That's the level.
I'm getting.
See, I'm going. And the other thing is, okay, I'm not talking about like, okay. I'm not like just to structure my conversation, so I won't miss a point. Cool, right? So, I started growing again. So as a result, before I forget, I started drinking. The first time I drank alcohol was at 13 years old. Because guess what happens whenever
At 13?
13. And I'll tell you why. Because whenever he calls me that word, you understand, that probably the whenever I use that word on me, I will cry. But after like let's say an hour or two, whenever I'm alone, I will reminisce on that thought. It will kill me inside. As a result, it's affecting my self-esteem. So if I'm walking on the street, you understand? So once I see someone that walks straight, that walks normally, automatically it's another program. I feel less of myself. I feel like, no, these people are beyond it. So as a result, I have to do something, you understand, to level up, to meet this. I'm not sure if you with me. So I have to do something to like meet up to the standards of people. That's why I started looking for options. So that's why that was how I started drinking and all that, exploring other things, weed and everything. Just name it. Like I was very loose child, so to speak. And the more I do that, you understand, even though I'm not even sorry, they never don't notice I drink. Of course, as a child, no matter how hard your parents are, if you want to do something, as a matter of fact, the more harder you are on your children, the more likely it is for them to do what they're not supposed to do. Which is why I say, whenever I'm in school or something, that's when I find my freedom, because you can't come to my lecture or at least, even if you want to follow that, you can't follow me from lecture or to house. So within that short period,
exactly,
I can always make time to go and drink and go and party and everything. Like I said, I'm a very intelligent child. I'm from childhood. Even
I know.
I graduated with top class. That's how bad it was. I was messed up. I remember going to an exam for the club. We had an exam on Saturday morning by 7 a.m. I went to club at night till Monday morning. Then from club, I went from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. I went to exam hall. That's how loose I was as a child. As a result of what? Wrong application that has been installed in my head. And don't get me wrong, to my dad, he's trying to dig out the best in me. He's trying to make me the best person in my life. Which is why I don't blame him. Because I finally understood now. Just because I found peace with him. Does that make sense? Which is why I say if I don't find any peace, you understand? I would have been all to this level. Just from this. Hold on, please. I'm sorry.
It's fine. parents. I think this is another angle, and I'm just imagining the things that we install or the things we say to our children, what it does to them, how it changes them negatively. Some children might have the resilience enough to absorb whatever it is that you say to them, but some children are not like that. And that's why at the end of the day, you find some children, they are messed up, they don't get help. Some at the end of the day, they get help, some they do not. So what we say to our children matters. What we say to our children matters. So sometimes I think if we are angry, we need to cool down, we need to take a deep breath. And yes, those kids, I'm telling you, those kids, our words are seeds, our words are seeds. You can imagine what it did in the life of this young guy, and you can imagine what it did in the life of this young guy. I'm seriously going to come to a point where he got his redemption. I'm really going to. Are you good to go now?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm so sorry.
Okay, I know you are a multitasker. I was just telling parents that you can read what someone wrote, what those kids wrote. Our words are seeds, I'm happy that it's coming from a child, because you're still a young guy. I'm happy that what you're saying, it's coming from a child. I'm happy that my audience today is a child. So you are talking to parents, you are talking to your parents, you are talking to us so that we do not get it wrong. And I'm just imagining what could have happened to you. And I appreciate what you just said, that to your dad, he was trying to do the best he could. He was trying to use the tool he understood. Because I can understand that probably I'm going to get to that point where you had this discussion or conversation with your dad. I'm just imagining, did you both break down? What did you both do? Because I know that what your dad was trying to achieve, because the tool they had then is what he offered. Nobody raised him to you are going to do this, you are going to be this, you are going to be a better father. All he could do to himself, if I couldn't go to school and I could achieve this, I think my children should go to school, and whatever it takes, they should be the best I could offer them. He doesn't want his children to suffer, but because that wasn't the right tool, but he was giving what he had. Absolutely. I leave the floor for you again.
Absolutely. I think it's not about delivery, you understand? So I can tell you, you are mad in two different ways. So sorry, you got it right. I can tell you are mad in two different places. From love.
I get you.
From love and for it, you are mad. And you are mad. That's a different thing. It's the same word. You are mad, but delivery. Does that make sense? So it depends on how you now tell me. How we'll take it. Communication. Well, that's right.
And the way you process it.
Where did we stop before my story? So sorry. Where did we stop?
No. You were saying how you got into alcoholism and every other thing, how you got your third class, but you were an intelligent student.
So something happened. I'm just trying to skip as much as I possibly can, so I won't be over there. So something happened while I was at, I think, 100 level in the year one. So like I said earlier, I've always been this very intelligent person and then creative. Because right from my childhood, I've always drawn. Whenever I feel sad as a result of the insult or maybe the abuse, so to speak. I'm using the word abuse now, please, not loosely. Because I don't want to restrict the point. That's why I said abuse. Sometimes I must have been abused. I had to just pick like a pencil. Then I would just be drawing angrily. You feel me? I would just be drawing something. So that creativity has always been there. Edenly. Understand? As a matter of fact, I've always talked. My dad always insults me then that you are a talkative. Not so good. I'm feeding I feed myself with speech, with talk. I coach, I train people now. That's what I believe. I don't work in the office. I have 3 people that work for me. I'm part of the team of 3 people who are patient. Does that make sense? Okay. And so it actually grew to the point that, oh my God, I can't have I can't sit with my dad like this. I'll feel like I'm okay. I also have to excuse myself. Or he doesn't know.
Did he notice it? Did he notice it?
He doesn't notice. But I'm sure he knows that we're always excusing ourselves. But he never paid close attention to know that it's a problem.
The children of your second dad, Did the children of your second dad do the same?
I didn't get a question. No, that's how you always been to all of us. Don't get me wrong. And they've always been strict to everybody, not me. It's not like a personal attack now. What I'm saying is this.
I get
my
you.
own is worse as a result of my stubbornness. That's why I'm like the black sheep. So all around, I'm the most punished.
Because you question culture.
Exactly.
You question an existing culture.
I don't conform. That's me from childhood. I don't respect status quo. I don't believe in that. That's how I've always in my life. I don't conform by society or something. I don't do that. You feel me? So there's always been an issue. So other people, they can't relate to what I'm saying, even though they know the story, but they can't understand this as like this is that's what I call it. I don't want to use the 8 loosely, but I want to understand what I'm saying. When I say 8,
I get you.
Not necessarily 8. You understand?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So so I call something the Third World War. Okay, First World War that happened between my dad happened when I was in level 100 level. So like I said, I've always made excesses. The first time I started sang my song, like I sang the music. This is all about it. Like I sang a song. I did not kill someone. I didn't what's the word? I didn't steal. I didn't commit adultery. It's not more than anything. Like song. I expressed myself in sound. That's what I did. And so at the campus, then because Bio University is structured into 2 different campuses. There's the old campus and then the new campus. So in the old campus there, when you're mentioning like, even though I was at 100 level there, I was just going to my tutorial level. So I was very popular in campus because like when it comes to entertainment, something like at least I've dominated to some extent. So that after I sang the song, they will call me to perform. I'll perform like I'll be like, so I'm a bit popular. Even old shows like that. So I reached level 2 or something, right? And so I said that. So I'm also doing like MC event. I intern I think with Habeeb Power FM. I know you can't do that, but that's not where I'm going, right? So now I know that there's always that one per se that's this all overdue in family. They always wanted to impress. So I had an uncle then. He used to stay at the other campus, new campus. So I think then I was in level 1 or level 2. Yeah, he's in level 4. So when the news carried, he had the news. It was what I took the news to my dad. That Okotoma issue. Look at what the dad is doing in school. He's singing now. That was where the World War started from. The first time I experienced what is called depression in my life. Even though I didn't know the meaning then, like depression. That's the first time. All this withdrawal from society, just being alone, mental. I don't want to use the word mental crazy, but I was mentally down. Let me just put it that way. That's the first time I thought it was crazy. So when they tell him, he told my dad rather. So they called me from school because I used to stay in campus there and off campus. They called me home. To cut the long story short, we dragged this particular issue for 3 months. During the 3 months, I left out 3 times. Like I would go, like sort of like disown, reown. You feel me? Until it escalated, family, clinical, that's how you later settle it. But so the only settling we did was that I had to revoke all the songs, all the links to the song. I removed it from the website, every other thing. So that passion is automatically gone. Again, as a result of, what would they think? I say you come from the family of Gaskia, you are singing. Does that make sense? Again, so in a nutshell, all your life is about them, not about you. You have to consider where you're coming from, no matter what your potential is. Again, limited potential. At that point in time, I don't have a perfect word to use for it, and nobody noticed. Even my mom doesn't notice. And at this point in time,
your mom might have noticed. Your mom might have noticed, but your mom might have had that instinct.
I'm coming. She noticed that we are all not always happy. If them themselves, they're not always happy, but they cannot communicate because they fear them. Like that their generation, that's how it is. Like husband, their wife, total submissiveness. That you can't argue. You can never come between your child punishing or you get punishing your child. No matter what it is, even though it's a bit too much, you can't say it. You just have to bear it. Am I making sense? So this happened again so all this I'm saying, I think I'm now approaching the age of I'm moving from the teenager to the normal adulthood now. to the 20s. I think so up to, let's say, within 23 now. All this, when all this are just going to happen. So as a result of that, during the depression, I started masturbating just to get out of it. It's the only way I could keep saying that. Remember, I was already drinking, smoking, but that wasn't enough again. Depression actually leads me to masturbation. I did that for a very long time. To cut the long story short, that's to give you a sense of why all this instead has been formed. All this rejoicing. So then, at that point in time, I knew I needed an exit strategy. I needed to free myself. So then I wasn't so fortunate to have like a mentor, someone to teach you. Like, okay, this is what you need to do. I had this one to go to. Now I can only solve the problem as much as I possibly can as a child, as a young adult growing into. So my exit strategy then, I planned it from my 200 level. For the moment that thing happened, that the moment I got it from the house, I would never step my foot to my house again. That was my exit strategy. So after I was supposed to apply born for my NYC, I did my what's it called? What's that? 2 weeks or 3 weeks in the camp. What's that?
Orientation. Orientation.
Yeah. After that, I stayed 1 month and then I redeployed. At that point in time, I had my plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D, plan E. That if it didn't work, even if the process anywhere close to not, I've already planned it. But also it was so easy for me, so I got a deployment back to Ibadan. So I had an aunt in Lagos, my dad's younger sister, right? So in Lagos. So that's how I found my life. So after my NYSC, normally, normally I would go back home, they start now figuring it out, like, but that wasn't me. From Ibadan then, I started, of course, I've always been this proactive, looking for what next to do. That's how I've always been wired. Creativity. I've always got to. Then I think I've gone about, give or take, I went to almost all the legendary stations in Ibadan. That's about 18 or something, each and every one of them, to submit proposal, submit my business. Instead, whatever I could do, even if it's to wash plates, to get access to this system, to this station, I did that. It didn't work. Then after like a year, I think 8 months after my NYSC, while I was in Ibadan, so I think I had about 85,000 naira left in my account. Why is I picked 20,000 naira and I came to Lagos, came to Katangwa market here. This was about, I think, 2015. Yeah, after my NYSC in Ibadan. So 2015, 2016, yeah. So I will come to Katangwa market here, buy okrika, pick various, because I've always, again, have this sense of fashion. So I knew what we were going to say. So I will select okrika, shirts, jeans, everything. So I'll go back to Ibadan, iron it, package it in nylon, post it online. That was while the idea of this started building from. And then I think I was Mandeva West. That's how my story started from. So my point being, where I'm actually going is this. Even though, why I feel by that situation is this, like, I keep working every single day. You understand? Because my plan was I would never step back to my house, you understand, until I make money. And then when the moment I start making money, when I'm rich, I'm going to earn his respect. That's my drive. That's what motivates me every single day. Always looking for the next thing to do. That's my motivation. That's why when I say it's my motivation. You get where I'm coming from. So I did that for quite for some years. At least I did that for years until like 2017. So then, because I started posting online, so I'm started understanding the online space. So then I stopped going to Katangwa market. This is our address of capital. I think about 150K that I made from the Mandeva rate. So I started doing importation. I will import shoe from China. For me, they say it should award that's what the cost of importation. Everyone say what's 8,000 naira. I will sell it for 15K online. So from there, I moved from mini importation to digital marketing. I used to be digital Nigeria then. I think I started that digital Nigeria 2017. On the side of teaching my passion, so it goes to a stage where, like I said again, when correct will blow you, your mind will open. Even though I knew that I'm a creative person, which is why I say at times in life you just have to keep moving. Eventually you're going to figure it out. But the road, I wish I can say that it can be clear, but it's not. At times you have to go through some of the process in life. So from there, I used to put the digital Nigeria, just create content generally, use Canva. Mind you, I started using Canva since I started that Mandeva West. Since 2014, I used to design my thing on myself, just post it. Just joking, I will just do it. Again, out of curiosity, I downloaded the app, started using it for 2015 to pick up. So, and in that instance, when I was using the Canva, it wasn't that I wasn't good in content. I was good. I was posting. the digital Nigeria that I started for digital marketing agency. So fast forward to 2018, I started working. I got a job at Magodo as a inbound strategist. Before then, trust me, I've worked in a lot of organizations. What I was doing, from 2015 to 2018, 2019, I've lived in Ibadan, Lagos, like 4 or 5 times. Okay, that's what I mean. Like I was staying in Ibadan maybe like for a month, for like 8 months or so. If this didn't work out, I'll come to Lagos, stay with my aunt for a while. No, I didn't see this out. So my aunt, it wasn't like she was rich. I thought she just trying to, she's struggling with her life and stuff. She said because her husband is not so well to do like that. So she's like, she takes care of the family and she sells food. That's what she said. She has a canteen. So all our child, all our employees, people that work for her, so they stay in her house. Mark, it's a 2-bedroom flat. Like room and parlor. That's what it say. So our workers will stay in the room while we will stay in the our worker will stay in the parlor while we stay in the room. Listen to this. My auntie, her husband, my cousin, 2 other children, and myself will stay in the same room. Imagine how comfortable that is as a graduate. But because I had a drive, I had determination, I will never go back to this house until I succeed. Mark you, why all this was happening? You know, I said I thought it was an exit strategy. Even while I left home, his shadow is still following me everywhere I am. Even while I was still away. And I'll explain. I'm going to explain. See, I'm a very detailed person, really. His shadow is still following me everywhere I go to. In the sense that, okay, the problem now is not that, okay, well, maybe my dad, he won't call you. He doesn't call. If anything is supposed to happen at home, it's my mom that will call me. Oh, yeah, daddy, call your dad. Your dad is traveling. Call your dad. This is happening. Call your dad. This is happening. Call your dad. This is happening. That's how it has always been. And my life, the way I've always been, the way I grew up with, I think my mindset then till now is this. Like, I don't force myself on people. Like, if you don't give room for me in my life, I don't try to impress something. As a result, even though my mom had to like force you to call him, when I'm calling him, there's no disconnect. Have you ever called someone on phone and you're talking, like, the chemistry is not there? You're forcing the conversation. So all this while, whenever I see his call, anytime he call, each time he called me, he's just scolding me for not calling. Or scolding for doing something wrong. It goes to say, whenever I see his call, if I'm about to do something productive, I won't pick the call. Guess what?
Until you are done.
The question I ask myself is this. What else have I done? I have to like search my brain to see if I've done anything wrong before I pick his call. So this one is always there. So that's how we've been living, you understand, from 2018 to like 2020, 2021. I'm still coming there. So all doing all this, even though my life was like so messed up, I've worked with Iroko TV, I've worked with Airtel, I've worked with Tiwa TV station. You understand? I've worked with what's the name? Best Choice. They say it's like a ShopRite, it's like a supermarket. I've worked with what is the name? Life Bank. They sell blood or something. That's what they say. Like give or take, I've worked with like 9 organizations. I'm just kind of person that if I'm in an organization, if I stay there for like 3-4 months, if I'm not feeling it, I resign. The rest I feel that I'm not feeling it. This is not meant for me. I'll just resign. It's not like I was a bad employee, so to speak, but then I've always like, this thing is not meant for me. Kai, no, I'm not supposed to be here. I'll just resign, look for the next. So fast forward to while I was working in Magodo here. While I was working at Magodo, I was still doing my DJ Raja. That was where the name Canvas came from, like I said before. Doing the organization because I'm very proactive. What I wanted to resign, I resigned 2019 ended. My boss almost shifted. He loved me a lot because I'm very proactive. So then, when I left DJ Nigeria, what made me to take DJ Nigeria to Smart This was I had like a one-on-one. Also, I said one-on-one, like a meet-up with Habeeb Forgives His Dad. So during the conversation, she told me something like, this is your name, sounded like blog, like Instablog Nigeria or something. Why don't you do something else? That's what she told me. I will never forget. 2019. I can't see my success story without mentioning Habeeb. She's been an inspiration. So she just gave me that idea. Then when I got home, I researched and I had that's one of my greatest skills in life: execution. I'm not the type of person that will watch YouTube video and go and sleep on it and forget. If I'm watching a YouTube video on a particular topic, I'll write it down. I'll jot everything that I learned. And I'm going to pick one thing from that thing that I'm going to implement in my life. That's really I've been able to better myself throughout my journey. So I changed from smart base to camera to smart base. Yes, sir. Then from smart base to what's it called? Camera. Of course, you understood the story. All this while, these things is happening with my dad. So the distance is there. Even though we talk, maybe like our conversation is usually like once in a month. And that once in a month is usually this, hello, sir. Okay, fine. How are you? Fine. How is work? Fine. That's I don't cut it. Like whenever I'm on call, I can't wait to get off the call on the phone. That's how bad it was. Fast forward to, okay, I think I can skip here, to 2 weeks ago. This is where it gets interesting. Now, we're leaving all the suffering, catharsis, and everything. Now we're going to the ending now. You get me? The healing, the catharsis, so to speak. Okay? So, he had an accident, my dad. So the accident was a bit serious. As a matter of fact, his leg was swollen. You understand? My mom now called me. That your dad had an accident. So sarcastically, because my mom, we have a good relationship with my mom. Very close relationship. Even though there are some things I can't tell her because, I really a man to share, which is why growing up as a child, whenever I see someone post like something on their status, happy birthday dad or something, I can't relate. I love you, that kid. I can't relate. Well, how can I even tell my dad? It's like very odd. My dad, I love you. How would I even say it? I love you. Like, you feel me? So even though it's the person I can't tell, I love you. How am I supposed to tell you that this is where I am a stage in life? I need this advice. So I can't call in for advice. The only thing we talk about is how are you? Fine. For over 8 months, over 8 years, since I've graduated till this moment. Fast forward to now, when he has that accident now. So he had an accident, his leg is swollen. My mom called me to tell you that had an accident. So I asked her, is it dead? She was like, oh, no, I tell you, you're asking your dad is dead. No, listen. I said, okay. You say, okay, can he talk? He said, yes. Why can't he call me? Matthew, my mom knew that there's a problem, but she can't communicate it to him because she's trying to avoid problems. So our own exit strategy is to beg me to just keep pushing. I got so frustrated that I had to angle for like, how long do I keep pushing? How long do I keep living like this? This is killing me inside. And I can't approach this man. And you're telling me to keep pushing. So the conversation didn't go well with my mom, so to speak. I said, then, as a child, I understood that parents will always win. No matter what, they always win. The parents, and I'm sure if you're a millennial, I'm talking millennial, if you're between the age of 25 to 40, you can relate to what I'm saying. I'm not quite sure if you can relate if you're like 23 or Indomie generation. You don't know what's up now. Because most of it's people like
Generation Z does not understand that parents will win. Gen Z cannot understand. And the worst generation that will not even adapt to it is Gen Alpha. Alpha is not ready to take that shit at all.
I think Corona generation, they can't relate because it's people like us who are exposed that are showing them. I don't even have a girlfriend now. But I have a plan. I'm going to train my child. That's how organized I am now. So how is that going to be disconnected with my child?
So someone said Indomie generation.
Exactly. So my child is going to be my child, my son, my daughter, my son particularly is going to be my best friend. That's kind of like, yes, I want to build. My wife, we will not go to bed. We will not sleep at night when we're arguing at each other. We must resolve whatever issue we have before we go to bed. So help me God. That's how I plan it. But like I said, I'm not going to talk about myself this night. I'm here to inspire someone to find healing with my story. That is all. So let's continue. So I didn't call my dad. I called him 2 days after. Again, just to like meet up to avoid problem. That's why I called it. Hello, sir. I heard you had an accident. Sorry, I'm not trying to show this empathy. That is not there. Trust me to God, I didn't feel anything for him. That's about it. You know, like when someone have an accident,
You didn't feel
I didn't
anything.
feel it. I'm not a demon. I'm not a devil. You don't understand?
I
Like,
get
I
you
like
because the connection has never been there.
It's not there. So I didn't feel like my dad had an accident. I feel like normal human being have an accident. So that's the empathy I showed. Not for my dad, not for my son to a dad. I'm so empathic. I showed to God maybe all this I'm saying tonight. I didn't write it down anywhere. As a matter of fact, I had a date with someone today, with a lady. I'm trying to tell you where I'm coming from. You remember I said until this moment I was still masturbating. That I'm telling you now. So I don't even have the time to identify what I want in the lady. I don't even know. So I wasn't scheduling. I wasn't doing anything. And I don't have the time. I was just focused on my creativity. That is why I poured all my anger into the creativity. That's how Carnival has been grown within the space of 1 year. A lot of us now, I'm like a content celebrity now. That's like the level I've attained that. So that frustration, I pour into my creativity. That's like Carnival abuse now. When I say my dad is my inspiration. And I love it to death. Dad, if you're watching this tonight or whatever, I love you so much. I love you so much, Dad.
Oh.
I love you.
Oh.
Right?
See, Bill Kiddy said something. I totally get you. It's understandable and relatable. Oh my God. Omobola is saying all you are saying is relatable.
This is why I become a motivational speaker. Just with it. So if I want to hear me speaking, as a matter of fact, before now, I used to despise motivational speaker. You know why? Because I knew I suffered to chase my passion and it didn't work for me. So if you're telling me to aspire or chase your passion, it usually sounds like, are you mad? How are you going to chase my passion? For me, before now, passion, my understanding is passion is not like a treasure. It's not something to be pursued. It's not something that is hidden. It's not something you have to look for. No, it's in you. It's that fire. It's just as I'm speaking now. This is purpose. That's why I said in the beginning, I finally found it something to live worth dying for. It isn't to wake up. But I don't want to keep that.
Because it's purpose.
It's the purpose now. I finally found that purpose. That one thing. Canvalon for me is a business. I give value, you pay me. That's Canvalon. This, what I'm doing, this speaking, is the purpose to inspire one person a day before I go to bed. Simply, that's a message to the world. And I'm inspiring you to find courage to heal from hatred or to forgive someone that's offended you. That's my message to the world.
Or to even forgive yourself.
Forgive yourself first, so that you can identify the opportunities that are around you. I'm still coming. Don't worry. I will shake this place tonight. I'm gonna move this place tonight. And then when I'm done, I need the feedback. Am I worth speaking? Am I worth calling myself a motivational speaker? I need that feedback at the end of this particular. You know what I'm saying? At the end of our live video, I want that feedback from my audience, not from you now, from the audience. But let's continue. So I call my dad. I show the empathy. He not say, hey, by the way, he's trying to reach me on WhatsApp for a while now, but he can't reach me because he's got this forwarding message or something. I know. You see, he can't find me on WhatsApp. Then I said, okay, maybe it's network. I will check. Guess what? I'd block him, WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, everything. I don't want you to know about my life. Because the moment he knows, he can keep. I don't know anything about my life. When he told me, he said something, and I said, okay, maybe it's network. Let me check. And I went to open it, my WhatsApp. Then he now slapped the picture and sent it to me. Remember again, I said there's no chemistry. So I didn't want to. I forced the empathy that I showed. I was like, so trying to get medicine, trying to get hospital. That's why I go to hospital, take your dog, or empathy that I will show to normal person. That's what I showed to him, not from father to child to father. As a result of the bad application that is installed in my head growing up as a child. So fast forward to 5 days later. By the way, all this I'm saying happened about 3 weeks ago. Remember that accident, right? So 5 days later, he called me, my dad, as usual. When he called, I knew there was going to be a problem. You understand? I knew when I picked the call. This is exactly how our conversation goes. He called me, it's like, "Hello, Habeeb." Okay, they will normally give like Salam alaikum, normal Muslim greetings. So you called me 5 days ago. You said I told you my condition, and you haven't called me now. Is that okay? I was like, it's not okay. Before I could say a word, he dropped the call. No, I just want to tell, what do you think he expected?
Everybody loves you.
Listen to no, you're not answering my question. At this point in time, what do you think he is expecting when he dropped the call?
For you to call him back.
And beg him. Speak now. I'm looking for that keyword. He wants me to call him and beg him, right?
For you to call him and apologize to him, yes, and say sorry.
Now, when I finish my story, you understand my perspective clearly. Are we together?
Yes, we are together.
The next day, the second day, the third day, I did not call. The third day, my mom called me. I said, at this point in time, my mom called me because he had reported me to my mom. And this is what this child did. Something. See, have you ever heard of this word? There's this why people always like, if you push to the wall, you want to read that wall.
You just lean on the wall.
I've had this to hear this place like this. I can no longer fake apologizing. I can no longer fake forgiving because I can't apologize for something I'm not sorry for. Basically, that's my point. I think I'm no longer sorry for not calling you. I can't apologize. Now I wanted the problem to be solved now. That's the level I was now. As at that 2 weeks ago. So for first, after 3 days, my mom called me that your dad said that you didn't call him back. Call him and beg him. I said, Mom, God, I won't call him. I'm not going to beg. I'm not going to apologize. She said, but why? This is what's happening. I'm not happy. If you can't face your husband to talk, to tell him this is what the child is going to, then don't tell me to force myself to apologize to him.
Now your mom is now the middle person. You people are just doing the woman like this. They're just pushing the woman up and down.
As a smart mom, I said my mom, she's not educated, but she's very smart. She understands. She tries to avoid problem at home with her husband. Because, you know, their generation, like I said, the wives are used totally 100% submissive. He couldn't even approach her husband to some extent. So, I thought that she has to be like, she has to be diplomatic. She don't want to offend me. She don't want to offend her husband. So she said, because, like I said, the conversation didn't go well with my mom. I had to drop the call. I wasn't really saying, don't tell me to beg someone if you can't tell him. I had to drop it. The moment I dropped that call, something down on me. Then I told myself, Habeeb, you are a hypocrite. You are a coward. You just challenge your mom of something you've been scared to do for 29 years. I knew I don't have the courage to speak to him. I accused my mom of being a coward. Being a favorite. So that's exactly when my eyes started opening. At this point, it was like I'm happy the way things are with my dad. I want to solve it out. But I've not figured out the proper way to approach the conversation. Why? Because he is not approachable. I knew I needed to find a solution to it. Does that make sense? So to cut long story short, fast forward to last week Saturday evening. Matthew, since this conversation with my mom, you understand, until Saturday, this Saturday that passed, I've been having this crazy insomnia in my head. Crazy insomnia rather. I've been sleeping between 3 a.m. and wake up 5 a.m. or 2 a.m. 5 a.m. I'm having this 2-3 hours sleep. As a result, I usually have constant headache throughout the day. My productivity reduced a lot. The only thing I was definitely because I covered is structured, so that I don't work in the cover. I don't do the design anymore. I have structure in place. My team actually do it. The only thing I do, I work on the business. Why they work in the business? That's what we're going. All right. So my productivity, I noticed, but I was still forcing myself just to do things. All right. So something that happened on that Saturday around 3 a.m. That I left my room, you understand? And I came to this particular, my table here, my office, my home office, where I work. I just, of course, I'm a content creator now. It's in me. I've developed business capital. I'm a sales. I work with sales agent, as a customer service agent at also Airtel. I work with sales at local TV. I sell subscription to people. I have experience in almost every sector in business. So I can call myself again business strategy, like a business consultant. I can call myself that, but that's where I'm going, right? So I applied something now. I knew I needed to solve it. So my plan was to structure our conversation. At that 3 a.m., I wrote it to my book that I'm going to approach my dad the next day. Even if everyone is going to fall for it, I'm ready to talk this through. The only thing is this: if he's not ready to listen, and then I'll cut him off for good. I'll cut him off of my life for good. And that I've been determined. I've reached that stage on that Saturday morning. So I knew the kind of person he is. In marketing, you understand, before you can sell something to anybody in this life, you need to understand them, analyze their SWOT, their strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat. So you need to leverage on their weakness. That's what you communicate. That's how to tap into their emotion. It's called like emotional marketing. You understand? Tap into it so that way they'll feel the need to buy that product, or they'll feel guilty if they didn't buy it. You make them feel like they are losing out if they didn't buy that product. That is marketing. I'm a badass marketer. I can sell anything. But that's by the way, right? I knew the kind of person he is. I analyzed all this threat. I knew that he's a very egoistic person. So if I know that if I say this in my conversation, Matthew, now the conversation is not escalated. It's not almost 2 weeks now. I didn't call him, he didn't call. So the conversation is not escalated now. So what I wanted to do at that instance, I had a plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D. Of course. So I wrote a script with my content creation, what's the word? Content creation experience. I wrote a script exactly how I'm going to speak to him from the moment he picks the call till the moment we're going. So I had his strength, weakness, everything. So I knew he's a very egoistic man. So I knew what I would say. I teach everybody time. I knew if he said it, I would say that. I wrote everything down in the script. Everything, word for word. Then I think I slept around 4 a.m. that particular Saturday. Then I woke up at exactly 6 a.m. I know his routine at home because he's a morning person. Whenever he wakes up, he doesn't go back to sleep. Either do exercise or do other thing. Or is that doing exercise or is scolding someone at home. I know. I'm not there, but I know. Is that solving the problem? According to him, he's solving the problem. He's trying to correct it. But that's how I put it. Is that sorting someone, scolding someone? So I knew at the time that I said, okay, I'm going to call him at the next day. Before then, I wanted to book a flight that morning and go to Kano State so we can have a conversation. That I've built that confidence now. Where it came from, I don't know. I didn't know where that confidence. I've never been that confident in my life before to do something. Even though yes, I'm a very strong person. For instance, just hit to me like I have to do this tonight, this morning. But because then, because I offer a class, it's called Addictive Content Master Class. So that was supposed to be like the last day, that Sunday morning, because it's like a Q&A. It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So the Sunday was supposed to be for Q&A in the evening. That's 7 p.m. And then in the afternoon, I have the class. I was supposed to teach these to do like a teaching for like some group, some food businesses. I want to teach them how to like create content for Instagram so they can sell. So those are things. As a result, I couldn't go. Remember, I said I had a plan A, plan B, plan C. So my plan B was to send a voice note. If our conversation didn't go well on phone call, send a voice note. Plan C, if he didn't respond well to the voice note, then I'm going to book a fight, probably the next day or the next. But also the conversation went well. So I'm going to, do you know how to role play? Are you an artist? Actor? Let's do a role play. No, I'm a creative, it's in me. For it to be sweet, for it to be fast.
Okay, do I become your dad now?
Yeah, you're my dad. Green. Oh, no, you can't pass. Don't worry, I will handle it. It needs to be sweet. So I'll be the dad, and I'll speak. So whenever you see me use deep voice, that's my dad. Soft voice, that's me. Hello, Salaam alaikum, sir. This means now, Salaam alaikum, sir. Wa alaikum salam. It's Ekaro, sir. Like, okay, let me just speak English. I'm gonna, because we know we spoke of Yoruba, I'm gonna use everything. Okay, good morning, sir. How are you? Fine. Okay, how are you? Yeah, fine. How is everything at you? Fine. So at that, I knew from my script that if our conversations reach like maybe 10-15 seconds, if I wasn't able to get attention, if I wasn't get something that will hook him, he might drop the call. So I planned it in the script that the first thing I'm going to say when I put it, okay, yeah, so, okay. So now this can be after like 3 seconds, fine, I say something. I said, okay, actually, sir, there's actually the reason I called. And I'm actually calling you just to ask you for something. Something I've never asked you before in my life. If I don't do this one thing for me, I would never forget it till I die. It's called a hook in business. So I applied everything that I've gathered. It's called a hook. When you're telling a story, you have to give people something to listen to it. That was why when I wanted to share my story, I said I hated my dad for 39 years. Do you like Amebo? Would you like to hear the story? Please me. Like I hated my dad for 9 years, but thank God I finally find it. That was on Sunday. The moment I finished the call, that's why I posted it. It wasn't I planned it before. I didn't plan anything.
I know.
But I don't want to like leave this conversation now. So I said, okay, hello, okay, Dad. I just wanted to give me this okay. This is okay. I said I just want to do something for you. Just once. If you do that thing for me, I'm not gonna forget it till I die in my life. I just was like, it was so sarcastic. Hey, mon boy, I can hear you. Continue. It's just like I marked it before. My dad is the perfect definition of hard guy. You know, say hard guy. He doesn't show weakness. I've never seen him vulnerable.
He wasn't raised to be.
Again, that's a lot of maybe how their dad brought them up. So that's everything he understood. So that's the only way he understands to communicate to his child. Matthew, his dad, him and his dad, they're kind of like the same generation. So there wasn't much problem like that. But imagine for someone from that our generation now, with technology, with everything, we can't resonate. We can never be on the same page unless we resolve.
Yeah.
So this is that I had gotten his attention. He said, okay, Mugwe, ask whatever you want to ask. That's okay. I just need to give me 10 minutes of your time. That is all I ask. And after this 10 minutes conversation, we 10 minutes or interrupted 10 minutes of the time. After this, whatever decision you take, I will be okay with it. As long as if you want to come to Kano now, I can leave whatever I'll come to Kano now and wash your feet. That level of like, I knew that at this instance, he's a very egoistic person. I've pierced his heart. He lost how to be submissive. I leverage his word strength. You know, hey, marketing, you're not feeling me. Yeah, I'm not communicating.
But he should be wondering why, I don't know. The only reason you could have held his attention, he wants to know where you are getting to. And this rebel, after so many years, it's like his mom has spoken sense to him. He's tired, or maybe he's broke.
To him, all this while, you know, it might look as there's something called Daeska, as a tout. I saw that the low intellect, he doesn't even understand my level of intelligence, my level of creativity, my potential. He can't see it. There's no way he can see it. It wasn't taught. It's like he has this what's the word? Do you remember this Java application then that we use? You know, from Java we move to Symbian. From Symbian we move iOS. Now we are using Android iOS. Now it's stuff now. It's like I'm using iOS now. Him it was Java. We can't relate. It doesn't make sense. He has a Java installed in him.
So it's just like someone saying Sonia Day and another person is saying Burna Boy. Do you understand? So you're on Burna Boy, he's still dancing Sonia Day.
You are great, Sonia Day. Now Burna Boy Whiskey worldwide. That's it. So he can't see it. I don't know if I put him in total darkness. And that's exactly marketing, content creation. There's something I use in my creating my content, which of course I've actually taught my staff. That's like Canva. You can't. A lot of people create content. A lot of people use Canva, but there's nobody like Canva. I'm different, and that's exactly my secret. It's called the hook, the story, the offer. I'll say it again: the hook, story, offer. Hook is what get their attention. Story. Okay, are you writing it down? Okay, the hook is
because you're going to explain this hook, how you are getting our attention. Then the story.
As long as by the way, I use that for everybody listening to this now. Everybody listen to this. I use that on you. Everybody listen to this. Okay.
Because we are hooked.
Yeah. No, as you can't live, even if you want to kiss, you feel like, if I leave this thing now, I can miss. So you have two choices. You either hold the piece or you carry your phone to the toilet. And I can almost guarantee you, if it's like that for you, give me a thumbs up if it's like that for you. Which is why when I had interruptions, when I had the distraction, you guys waited, Abby.
We were actually following you and setting the shape together.
We say everything. All of us, like, you will be patient because I have hooked you. So what I'm saying, I know what I'm saying, like. So, well, that, by the way, right? So the hook is to get their attention. One story is to get them engaged, interested, take them on a journey, bring them into the show, make them buy whatever you get, your story, whatever you're doing. That is storytelling. Keep them. You know, whenever you're on Instagram, you're constantly scrolling. Whenever you stop, look at that content, something makes you to stop. It's called a hook.
Yeah.
The fact that you stop and look at the content doesn't mean you are going to like or engage on it. It's something. Maybe let's say you now watch the video now. For instance, maybe let's say you saw a video. Someone says, "Hi guys," they go to you will stop. Then maybe let's say the thing they say after is that would determine maybe you can stay maybe for like 10 seconds, 15 seconds.
Yeah.
What they say makes sense. That is the story now. It is the last which is offer, call to action. The ones they want to do. This is exactly what I use for my dad. This is exactly the script that I use. Hey, does this make sense? Oh, I feel like I finally hit the jackpot in my life. I finally have that too. I have that too now to get whatever I want in life. That's exactly the fire. That's exactly how I feel that.
I think it's something you mastered over years.
Over the time. That's what I'm saying. That my journey.
It's a talent you have, but you mastered it over years.
Yes. And it took a while to get here because of my story. By now probably I would have maybe like if I had because I'm very good, especially when it comes to creativity. Even the song I sang was very interesting. I thought I was disrupting the campus. So if I hadn't been stopped then, for now I would have probably been the next whiskey. Trust me, that's how good I am when it comes to creativity. I have to do different things just to figure out that one thing. And I'm sure my business now validated. By the way, guys, you can check me out if you can check me out on Camelot. So that, like I said now, I've attained the status of a content celebrity now. That's the level I am now. Which is why I have someone that schedule my photo every other thing. The only thing I do, I just go to my photo, my Google calendar. What do I have to do today? And I come. Do you have any access to me before now to talk to me better? You can't. You trust me. It's not like I'm for me. Are you committed? It's not like I'm from, but then I'm working on my business. Why do
no, you've worked for it. You've worked for it. I get you. You worked for it.
I've been there. Yeah. So which is why if there's anybody here within the age of 25 to 40, and in any way you can relate to me, or you're also going through the same thing, be it your mom, your dad, your spouse, any other thing, you can be healed. And if there's any parent here, listen to me tonight. You can do better. And you can also call your child. You can resolve it tonight. Who? Again, back to our conversation. At this point in time, it's now calm. It's curious. Curiosity again. I triggered his emotion. He can't wait to hear what I have to say. So now our conversation has shifted to okay, Mongbo. Oh, when I said that, I can finally
the I can hear you tone now came down a little bit.
To okay, let's. And I started one after the other, explain my journey from beginning. Matthew, I called him from 6 a.m. I recharged 5,000 naira before I called him. So because I'm kind of like the person, like, if I can avoid the problem, I will let it happen. So I eradicate all the necessary objections, all the problems that was in that conversation. So now when I say, okay, let's, you can hear me. Now you have my attention. You have the 10 minutes. What do you want to say? I say, okay, don't worry. If this phone call, don't worry about the long conversation. We're going to take as much as possible. But then, even if this phone cannot drop because I just have it up there. So please, I need to listen to what I'm about to say. Now I have his attention. Then I started giving every other thing. All is this. From my childhood, how he used to call me this when he was beating me. How I understand, even though he thinks he's trying to correct me, but the effect that it's having on me. How it's affected my low self-esteem. How it's affected my education, my results, everything. Meanwhile, all the while, that even when I had carryovers, again, scolding. Me, depression, masturbating, another damaging. Him, no idea. To him, he has done his best he can. But this child is stubborn. Is a dying scar. Is a tout. That's our level. So when I tell you that I despise someone for 29 years, you need to calm down and listen to my story to understand where I'm coming from. Does that make sense?
It makes a lot of sense.
Back to our conversation. So we continue talking. So I gave him all the breakdown of everything that I just said to you now. And so at this point in time, it was not like justified. Now, all you understand is something, but it was very, but our conversation is not shifting. Again, now, the response I'm getting now, the feedback I'm getting from him, he has not shifted from, okay, I can hear you too. You know when you can sense the fear for someone's voice, trembling. You can hear it in his voice. Calm, he has, you know, be calming down. Now he's not becoming down, he has calmed down. The word has pierced. You know when you say fire, arrow, he has pierced his soul. It's not calm. Oh my God. Remember now, offer. And
that's to me reverse psychology, because you were not judging him. You were not judging him. You know, you were having a conversation.
I make him understand that, okay, I understand where you're coming from. It could be as a result of the exposure, but the major problem we have is incommunicado, lack of communication. You couldn't come to my level, and I couldn't meet yours.
Standard.
When I finally got to attention, then I said something now. This is exactly how the conversation go, right? I said, okay, now, thank you so much. Okay, I understand one thing in this life, right? That no matter the kind of relationship you have, maybe let's say if you have a wife, a children, or a child rather, or a spouse, whatever you like, as long as a relationship with someone, there will always be a problem. And that you have no control over that issue to happen. The only thing you have control over is how you respond to it.
Wow.
I just that someone that we've never spoke at all like this before. Someone that has been seeing me as a door person, someone that as a tout, as a smoker, as a drunkard. That's how I see it. That's what I say when I said I'm a black sheep of my family while growing up. So I said, okay, I started to do, and whenever this issue happens there, so there are two ways to actually resolve it. One way is to call the person and say, okay, so my child, my wife, my husband, my this. When you call the person, make the person understand that you did this, you did this, you did this, you did this. I'm not so cool with this. I don't like this. Why exactly did you do this? Only there you understand the person's perspective, the reason why they do it, their motivation. At this instance, if the person is reasonable enough, the person will apologize from the depth of their heart. And chances are that when they apologize, 98% of the time, they won't repeat that mistake again. Because you come down to them, you make them understand. You try to understand why they did what they did. That's the one way to solve the issue. Then the second way to solve the issue, like you normally do, is to call the person, scold the person, disconnect from the person, and expect the person to come back and beg you. This instance, what usually happens is this: when the person is coming back to beg you, they're not coming back to beg you because they are sorry. They're not coming to beg you because they understand, they accept what they do. They're coming back to beg you only because you demonstrate that you want them to come and beg you. That is the reason why I didn't beg you for the past 2 weeks, because I knew even if I call you and beg you, the issue will still continue. Because do you notice that for the past 8 years, we've been having this issue like at least once in a month or once in every quarter. You usually call and scold me. It's called, there's a word in English, it's called incommunicado. I told you like that because it's not so like exposed like that, right? I told you it's the word for it, it's called incommunicado. Lack of understanding of each other. So the reason I'm calling you now, I've already told you now, the reason I'm calling you for today is to tell you my mind. Now that you know my mind, so I'm calling to resolve this issue now. So Dad, are you willing to resolve this issue as a man to man? Do you know what I say?
As a man to man, that's my son.
I didn't want nobody in my entire generation, that generation, do talk to my dad confidently. I remember I said something, one word, courage. I told him, okay, are you ready to resolve this issue as a man to man, father to son, so we can compare ourselves? Or do you want us to go back to business as usual? At this point in time, it broke down. Yes. It took like this conversation, like the way we were saying this little silence on the conversation, the way we were saying this small silence now. So we were silent for a moment when I asked him the question. Now, hook story offer. I've hooked him. I've told him the story to get him calm, to make him buy into my vision, but the conversation, which is what the conversation now, into my goal. So in the business, it's called, when I want to sell, of course, I've already sold you something, right? Well, okay. So I've got the attention now. So now the last thing I did was offer call to action, which is what, are you ready to have this conversation, or do you want us to go back to call, or do you want us to go back to business as usual? At this point in time, he's broken already. Like, it's like, hard guy, don't calm down. You know what I'm saying? Hard guy, don't enter. Then he said something. After he must have, like, while he was saying it, I could sense the fear, the betrayal, fear of betrayal. He knew that at this point that he's betrayed me. He knew. So it wasn't important. There was no argument at this point. His only justification a bit was, why is it that you've been feeling this way for this very long time? And you've never committed to me? Am I a monster? He asked me that. And I said, okay, I'm not going to answer that question directly, but I just wanted to ask your wife after this conversation. Just ask him. As in, call my mom. And listen, okay, sorry, before I said that, I said, okay, do you know that 2 days ago or 3 days ago, I knew that you reported it to mom, and he called me, and she called me rather. And I told her something. Did she tell you anything? He said no. That's because she herself cannot even approach you for conversation. How much more me as a child?
Why are you setting the woman up?
Listen. I'm driving to a point. I'm not to drive a point. You remember he said, he tried to tell you, but he tried to justify the point now. Even though you should understand. He said, okay, why is that I haven't communicated to him all this while? Then I said, okay, you should ask my mom. I spoke to her 3 days ago when she said I should beg you. I said, I'm not going to beg you because I gave her the breakdown. That, did she approach you? Did she tell you? He said, no. I just want to type again. Another pinch. I've pinched him again. Which means, in other words, I've communicated without communicating. I've told him, okay, because you're not approaching me. I answered the question without saying the word. That's basically what I'm trying to say. So he understood that immediately. Then he said something that he has never said before. I've never in my entire life, all my siblings, something he has never told anybody before. I've never heard him say in my life before. Even though he loved me, I've never said it. I've never told anybody. He told me, Habeeb, nobody has ever, somebody call it, told me a truth in my entire existence like this. In a nutshell, he apologized and he told me, I love you.
Wow! Wow! Please, did you record that I love you? Let it become your ritual.
No, you know, I didn't
wow!
even know. I just wanted that while having the conversation. I didn't even know what I wanted to do. I wasn't ready to come on live to share the story. I'm still coming. So I wasn't prepared. That's why I didn't record the conversation. If I had known it's going to happen, I would have recorded the conversation. Because I'm somebody, I love to document. I document my journey. You understand? That's another skill I gained over the years. The milestones. So that I will show you, okay, at this point in time, to this point in time, this is where I have been. Which is like this particular page you're having this conversation with. This particular page is my first Instagram page. I think I've been using it since 2011 or 2012 or so. This page. It's very low. Which is why some of my old friends then, while I was still growing up in school. That's why you remember when I was talking, I said I have a friend here, Susan. I'm not sure if you see or if she's gone by now. But hold on, please. Let me take her.
Wow. When a child hears "I love you" from his dad, a boy child for that matter, for a very long time you never heard "I love you."
Meanwhile, I used to be jealous. As a matter of fact, I used to be intimidated whenever I see maybe like my peers post on Instagram story that "Happy birthday, Dad." But I love you. I've always wanted that. You understand? But I feel like it's something I was already denied for a very long time. Even though we have a very close relationship with my mom, but I couldn't tell her some things. You know, there's some, especially as a man, you need to actually get the perspective of it as a man. Sometimes maybe like married, because like I said earlier, I know what I wanted. You understand? Even though it wasn't so clear until Sunday after the conversation. To cut the long story short, he apologized. You understand? And then we shall, after apologizing, he acknowledged, apologized, and then after that we get to talk. This conversation, our conversation lasted from 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. Almost 5 hours. We spoke about everything, like all the conversation we didn't have for 29 years. We have it in one day. Basically, that's what I'm saying.
How did you feel?
The next day, the moment I dropped the call, before I dropped the call, I want to finish. So my last call before I asked him if he's before I allow him to talk, is this. I said, Dad, do you notice I got a car last year? He said no. He said, I didn't tell you for two reasons. He said, why? I said, one, because you got a car about a year ago. He didn't tell me. My mom called me and told me to call you and congratulate you. That was why when I got my car, I wanted to revenge. It's like a revenge for me. That I'm not going to tell you that I got a car. You're also going to hear it from someone else. So that when you hear it, you feel the betrayal, you feel the bitterness, you feel the like hurtfulness that I feel. Then, that is one. Secondly, because I didn't even know, because we don't talk more, because even though you think we talk, but there's a disconnect. So I'm not quite sure if you have my interest at heart as a dad. I'm not quite sure if when I tell you I got a car, you won't be feeling like, this guy is actually rich now, but it's not sending money home like he should. Even I send money home. Mark you, this
I can hear you.
It's all happened from one script that I wrote as a result of my experience as a content creator, my experience, so to speak.
Yeah.
After the conversation, he was now asking about my life, my family, my initiative. For the very first time, I actually told my dad what I do as a content creator. Because before now, I used to tell my mom, even though when I tell my mom, like when she come visit or whatever, I remember, I think last year she came visiting. I was working on the phone, on the system rather. So she was there. She was something I was discussing for. Then she asked me what kind of job did I do. I explained to her. Of course, you can't explain to the agency. They won't see it coming. I'm a creative. After taking like 5 minutes to explain to her, guess what her response was? Guess.
What? I'm just thinking maybe she will say your father will not like this one. No,
not even that. After I said that, I say, shake his hand and say Yahoo. Hope it's not Yahoo. I'm like, oh yeah. I just said so sarcastically, oh yeah, come on, we're going. Come on, we're going to Kano. Oh yeah. Come on, we're going. So that's why I say that conversation I can't even have with that, because our level of exposure. I can't have that time because I have to take like years to explain to her how to get it.
I know.
You feel me, right? So Adam, okay, I think I diverted a bit. So back to my dad, right? So I told him, okay, those are the two reasons why I didn't tell you. Then he was not asking about my job. I told him about my, this is what I do, this is my level, I am that. For the first time, I can have a peace. I feel like I'm talking to someone when I'm talking to my dad. No, I'm talking to a monster. I'm talking to an obstructor or a time waster. That's what I seen before. But for the very first time in my life, okay, I'm not talking to human. So that you understand me. I open up to you, okay, this is what I did. Then he gave me some few advice. Okay, this is what I did. Then we now spoke about marriage. I said, okay, how about marriage? I said, because I'm a Muslim, so we normally marry quickly. You understand? Again, like I said, I'm a very detailed person. I know what I want, and I'm not ready to compromise on my activity. Even though I wasn't so clear, I can't define exactly what I want in a woman, but I knew that I'm not ready to marry because I'm still focusing on my life. I wanted to make money. To prove, remember, I wanted to make money to prove them wrong. That's how I work. To prove my creativity every day. I pour everything, aggressiveness into my creativity. So I told him at this stage in my life, like, it's not as if I'm not ready. I'm open, rather. I'm open. As a matter of fact, I'm currently working on a date with some people, right? However, marriage, I feel like because I understand where you're coming from. I know the house I came from. So I'm not ready to marry two wives. First of all. So if I'm not ready to marry, and also I don't plan on teaching my wife. That is true. If I'm not planning on doing those two things, to my understanding now, I feel like forever is too much. It's so long for me to rush into. So I'm taking my time. But I'm open to relationship now. So hopefully between now and next year, I'm going to find someone. They say to that, next year is foul. The can do is no, I have to think, but then give relaxed conversation with my dad. Sorry, what's your name? I didn't ask anybody name. Sorry, so sorry. I normally refer to you as
my name is Amaka.
Amaka. The moment I dropped the call, my headache disappeared. I feel like, this movie, Living in Bondage?
Yes.
I feel like you lifted a bond. Like, I feel like I'm finally free. Like, my arm was free. My arm, everything. Then, okay, we had the conversation around 11. Then I went out to get fuel because I didn't drive because it's very close to me. I took a bike. When I came back, I gave the Okada man 500 naira. He was supposed to order that, really. I gave 500 naira. He gave me I said, no, hold it. Excitement, joy.
Do you understand? Joy.
Before that day.
And that was a real joy.
Exactly. So when sorry, before I went out, after the conversation, of course, I'm a content creator. I'm a content creator like that. So everything is content for me. I know that this is actually a good content to share. I wrote out, then I could go on Canva. Oh, sorry, no, I told my team to design something like this. You understand? On Canva, that okay, the post of the one I said, I hated my dad for 39 years. Understand? But I finally find peace today. Do you like Amebo? Join my Instagram live. That was the conversation, right? Because for our market, I'm very strategic. That live video that I shared had 1,000 views. You know how easy that is? With only 14,000 followers, 1,000 views. If celebrities 100,000 followers, 1 million followers, they usually get about maybe 500 or something. But I'm saying I have 1,000 views on the story. A lot of people.
Because it has to do with forgiveness, Uncle Jay. Yes, I can hear you.
Because they didn't really come here. Actually, she is. Amaka is soon. Like, I've told Amaka in my story. You know what's going to happen after is like, if I need anything for you like this, I feel like I can get it. That is storytelling. If you can share your story, there's healing in storytelling. If you can share your story in business, you will sell. This is, remember, I've been doing all this one before. You understand? I'm a vicious storyteller. I didn't watch a YouTube video. When I shared that video, I did that Instagram live video, a lot of people could relate. A lot of people. After the live video, I got about 30, I'm sure you reached out to me from the live video now. You saw me through the live video. Apart from you, like,
yeah, no, I saw you on Joyce. I think I saw your testimony on Joyce Daniels. That Sunday she said, "What are you grateful for?" Then you wrote that, and I was like, "Wow."
Okay.
Then I followed you on Canva Lord, and I saw, "Do you like Amebo?" I say, "Okay."
You're breaking.
Okay, you can't hear me. Can you hear me now?
Hello, guys. Is it my head or my head? Can you hear me or?
I think it's from yours because I can hear you.
Quickly, guys, before move on. Quickly, guys. Hello.
But I can hear you now. Yes, I can. I can hear you. Network should not just try us today. I can hear you now. Can you hear me? I think it's from your end. I think it's from your end, Habeeb. Why should it, can you hear me now? Yeah. Oh. Yes, yes. Yes, I can hear you. Yes. I think his line is breaking. This network should be nice. Everybody wants to conclude this story. Oh. We must end this story together because it's a story of forgiveness. And I know that so many people can relate with this father relationship, father-children relationship, and all of that. So we know that Habeeb is coming back. Whether the network likes it or not, Habeeb is going to come back. You know, Habeeb is going to come back because we must conclude this story. Okay, Habeeb left. I know he's going to come back. So before Habeeb comes back, I would just like to ask, what could you have learned? Do you relate? Can you relate with Habeeb's story? Did you have some kind of experience? Habeeb is going to come back. Bill Kiddies, Inkem, Moms and Deals, Habeeb is coming back. You know, because this is a lesson for parents. This is a lesson for parents. So him being so truthful, talking about his masturbation, his exit point, and so many other things, means that he has found freedom, he has found peace, he has found joy, you know, and it's now making us to think, what are we storing? What are we planting in our children? Are we repeating, you know, as he's talking, I'm beginning to take note of so many things I feel that I'm doing. Okay, I think I'm doing it well for my child. I think I want you to get better, not knowing that I'm killing the emotions of the child. So now we are learning as parents, as fathers, as mothers. Can you relate with his story, like when you were growing up? And yes, I can. And he's courageous enough to have even said it, you know. So many people have not even approached. They'll be like, okay, let me continue being angry with this dad of mine. Let me just keep being angry with him or with my mom and all of that. I saw someone writing this morning, I love my dad so much because yes, being friendly with your children, being mindful of what you say, even when correcting. Seriously, you are right, because children can do you 30. Children can do 30, but we do not have a choice. He is a courageous young person. He is. And the fact that he's able to differentiate what he does, that Canva Lord is for business. But you see this inspired by Habeeb is for him to always inspire one person every night before he sleeps. And I'm beginning to ask myself, coming from a child, I'm just so joyful that this Instagram live today is with a young child. And I'm happy it's with a youth, you know, telling the story of his courage, telling the story of forgiveness. That means to forgive, it requires courage. There is nothing else that is required in the story or in the journey of forgiveness but courage. Find courage to first of all forgive yourself. Find courage to be able to forgive the people, to have a conversation, to discuss the problem, to find solution, you know, to be able to say, I think we are done with this. Yes, well, most will just lock out the parents. I could relate to blocking call on WhatsApp. Yes. So many people, they have blocked their fathers or their mothers on WhatsApp, on every social media handle. Okay, we know that you are back. Yes. Yes. So Habeeb is back. I've sent him a message, waiting for him to acknowledge it. Yeah, this story must end. Welcome back.
You know the great thing. So sorry, Jerry. You see, that's what you get when you live in a third world country. Look at it. Later they will say they are the best. I'm with them. It's just like I mentioned, so I have to look for alternative. Like I said, I'm a very proactive person. I always plan like plan A, plan B. So I used to my Glow. I will subscribe my business. So I had my Glow, Airtel, and MTS. The three of them subscribe. And all of you cannot be mad at the same time.
No, not at all.
So I think one of the one will do. So that's the way I live my life, really. I have backup plans. So, but that's by the way. So what did I miss?
You didn't miss anything. I was just talking to parents and I was asking them, you know, if they could relate with the stories. And everyone is saying yes. Some said they can relate to blocking on WhatsApp, blocking the calls and all of that. And some are saying, yes.
See, if you are those are little things. Those are ways to understand that there's a problem. If you are at this stage in life where you still block your parents and you are an adult, now I'm not saying you are a kid where you can't talk with your parents. If you've attained the age of 25 to 40 and you still block your parents, it's not a solution, Bruto. It's not an exit strategy. Until I realize that even if I leave Nigeria and go to abroad, it's shadow will keep following me everywhere I am. Until we resolve this problem, we're not going anywhere else. That's how I found it. I'm going to still continue. I told you the moment I dropped my decor, let me tell you the level of my productivity, how it has decreased, how it has helped me. From, okay, so what's today? Today's Friday or Saturday? Saturday, right?
Today is Saturday.
I'm telling you the level of my growth from Sunday to Saturday. I'm going to explain to you. I'll tell you something about how they...
Okay, Habeeb, sorry. Now you have inspired somebody. Moms and Deals said, now I understand some things about my husband better. He didn't have a close relationship with his dad. Though he tried to, he is still pained, though his dad is late. Now, even if her father-in-law is late, she now is beginning to get clarity because of the...
I didn't get that. Please come again. Come again.
She said, now I understand some things about my husband better. He didn't have a close relationship with his own dad. Though he tried to,
right?
He's still pained. Yes, her father-in-law.
Okay, her father-in-law. Okay.
Yes. So she's kind of, you are inspiring someone now, because maybe the husband might have some things and she's wondering, why does the husband behave this way? Now you have inspired her. She's gotten clarity on her husband's journey. And I believe with your story, she's going to, find a lasting solution. Yeah. Now she's going to find a solution
on that solution. It's called courage. That courage to want to talk, to want to resolve, to want to solve problem. That's why I'm very strategic at everything. If you look at my Bible, what did I put there? I said number one, I have a story. Okay, my phone is right. I will have it for you. I said I have a story. I actually edited that bio today because I know you're going to come live. If you notice on my page, there was other business, but I didn't say that I will be people because I'm going to start from fresh now. As I'm going to be documenting my journey as I'm going. But that's not by the way. So I mean, it's not enough to understand. She says you understand now, but then what exactly are you going to do about it? So it's that healing. Not understand it. You understand now, but then how are you going to summon that courage? I'm guaranteeing that if you can summon that courage, yes, sir, to approach the person in the most simplest way, look for the person's strength. What if they like, if they're weakness, look, if they like apple, if they like anything, buy them what they like. Ensure you make them happy, you understand, to get into their life. Once you're telling you get their attention, you understand, tell the story in a way that it won't offend them, you understand, and you will feel less of yourself. Communicate, look for mitigation, communicate. And once they do that, ask if they want to talk, if they want to resolve it. At that point, after you told your story, now you have the attention. You understand? Once you get attention, look for a way to resolve it, and boom, you get your healing. And I'm not done because there's power in healing. At times in life, can I just finish my story before I take any question? I'm actually going somewhere. I told you that after that live video, right, someone that like, the way I was actually free and everything, right? It didn't end there. When I come on live in the live, the only time I finished that live, I had about 11 people. On a normal, it's not like I don't get clients. Of course, I get clients. But through the story I shared, I have 11 people reach out to me. They could really resonate. Even though I have a lot of comments in the comment section while I'm sharing the live video and then in my post, I have a personality. So through the story, in a nutshell, I got 3 clients for that particular story I shared because they could resonate.
Wow.
As a matter of fact, one of them is the lady is from Gambia. Apparently, we kind of like have the similar background. And that is a Muslim, certainly in society. At home, there's a disconnect with the children. She's going through the same thing like this. But before, she's been suffering for a very long time. Now she's inspired. She wants to find the courage to talk about it. She wants to find the courage to resolve it. That's actually what. So if I said I become a motivational speaker in a week, there's like, okay, I am 1 week old as a motivational speaker. Again, my message is to inspire you, you understand? To find courage.
Yes.
To forgive someone. Once you find that person to forgive, once you forgive that person, you're going to find healing. And once you heal yourself, you're going to be open to a lot of potential you deny yourself. To cut the long story short, on Monday morning, I woke up, I had a meeting, the best meeting of my life with my client, with my staff. They were just like, I was speaking. They were like, we had a meeting for, normally we don't have our meeting for 1-2 hours, and then we'll go back to another thing we're doing. A strategy meeting we do with every Monday morning and every Wednesday to go to an hour to track what we're doing and what we could do better. But that's by the way. So we had a meeting. The meeting lasted for I think 5 hours, from 8 to about 1 or so. The moment I finished the meeting, I drove to hospital. Remember, I have not been taking my health serious, whatever.
Health serious, yeah.
Is there anyone here putting my camera that they can justify this? I went to hospital. I requested for a blood test, an HIV test, what's it called? A blood pressure, everything. Like I need to know my status.
Total checkup.
I started taking my health seriously. So from there, I paid for a strategy session. What's the word? A consultation session. From a nurse to consult what kind of food that I used to eat. Where am I coming from? Healing. I've been healed. They gave me everything. As I was calling, I bought fruit, I bought everything. Since that Monday, I've been watching what I'm eating. I have never paid attention to what I'm eating. I'm a huge fan of junk before that Sunday. Indomie, bread, that's because I'm a very busy person. I'm always working on my system. So I just Indomie, so I just go and buy food or Indomie bread. That's my food. I look at me now. If you've been praying for a while now, I'm fresh.
You're fresh. You're fresh,
My health has improved.
But you have never been this fresh now.
Listen, I'm going to tell you something. How I first about that day. Again, for my story, I was coming back from the hospital, you understand? I wanted to reverse. While reversing, I hit a lady kiosk at shop. My back,
wow.
The back and everything broke. Again, out of excitement, I wasn't paying attention. I hit this thing. Then the thing broke. Then I parked properly and I came down. I look at my my brake light. It was broken like pieces. And I went to the lady at apparently the shop was closed. Then I asked the neighbor. They said they didn't really know. I think she's kind of person. She doesn't relate well, so they don't really know her like that. There's also one to talk to. That okay, I did this because our shop was actually the plank actually broke. I had to pick her number from the wall there and call her. I called her 3 times before I did there. She didn't pick. I went and came back around I think 3. I didn't see her. I now went. I came back around. I came back around 5. This one and I explained everything after that. Okay, in the morning I was around already eat or this thing. I came back. I called your number. You didn't pick. I came back around 3. You were in there. Now I'm coming back here now. Please, is there anything you can do? Like how much is it? Just tell me. Let me pay you. I'm sorry. The lady was, after I explained everything, she was like, wow. She has never met anyone like this in her life before. Because she saw my brake light. Like, because when she asked, okay, how much is the brake light? I said, okay, so it's going to cost about 35,000 to fix everything. That's like 50. That's the rate I give her. Like, so with this loss that you have, you
still want to fix my own.
Even though when you called me, I didn't answer. I would have been gone. I came the second time. I came back the third time. That if she accepts one error from me, God is going to judge her. Then she prayed for me. I left. That was the one person I inspired on Monday morning. On Tuesday, I inspired another person. On Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
And now we are here again.
And now we are here. So please, if you've been inspired so far, please drop a comment or drop a thumbs up. Let me know, please. So far, if you've been inspired.
Please, if you have been inspired, drop a comment.
Let me know if you are here.
Drop a comment, a thumbs up, a wow. Please, please, please. If you have been inspired by Habeeb's story, I need to drop a comment too because let me drop my own comment because I've been inspired. Yes, I have been.
Fresh in 1 week. What's the fresh you got? So
yes, I have been. I'm giving mine.
Okay,
I'm giving mine.
So basically, Amaka, that is my story, and that is my message to the world.
Okay, seriously inspired. Another person wrote and it has left. Bill Kiddy said, seriously inspired. Best hair set in 1 week. Goza. Moms and deals, I am inspired. Amazing.
Like within this 1 week now, you know, all I'm going to say is this, my head open, my mental head open. As I see opportunities, my problem solving skills increase times 1,000. Big any topic now, not randomly, big any topic, I will give you an idea about it. Business, marriage. I'm not married though. I give you about marriage, business, life, anything. I don't want to talk too much. I don't want someone to be inspired this night. I just want that one additional person that will be inspired before I go to sleep.
Everybody.
On the norm, I charge money for my time. Like, if you understand, I charge for my time. But this I have to stretch. The moment, and that ad man is my PA, personal PA, right? My personal assistant. You know, she is that to that someone is telling you that to reach out for me in the DM. They want to come out to show me. So I'm like, please book an appointment with her. Look for me.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. But what actually made you to accept to be on live with me today?
That's what I just said. I need to share my story for someone to hear it.
Do you know the moment you wrote that, it hit me so hard, like, is he serious or he's joking?
Yeah, that is content creation. That is marketing. Get attention. I got the attention.
Okay, so there's a question. How were you able to break from the bitterness and reach out? Bill Kiddies is asking you.
I think I've answered this. Did she miss live video?
Yes.
Okay, she missed it. Oh, okay. Go ahead with the question. How was I able to break from the bitterness?
How were you able to break from the bitterness, and how did you reach out to your dad?
Okay, I was able to break from the bitterness because even while they had an accident, I wasn't ready to call him to apologize because I didn't call for him actually having an accident, right? I was ready to call and solve it. Like I said earlier, I had no idea. So it was on Saturday, 3 a.m. It just hit me. I think I finally have my aha moment. It's called an epiphany. That revelation at home. That's where it came from. I just woke up. When I woke up, I had nothing in my head. I just came to my table here. Understand? I picked a journal. By the way, this is my journal. I'm not sure if you can see it. This is my journal, right? So I opened it.
Can.
I wrote the script one after the other. I'm gonna like structure the conversation. How it's gonna go. I analyzed strength, weakness, opposition, and strength. And I wrote a script because I'm a content creator. I can write script. In fact, as a matter of fact, if you want to ask a movie, I can write a script for you. It's in me, like it. This is not like although it's not like talent. I don't believe in talent. I don't believe in luck. I believe in hard work. You cannot pour from empty cup. It's not like I put it here. Which I'm able to speak now.
You have to be full.
But because I haven't healed myself, I didn't even know that I have this potential for speaking. I know I'm very good. I'm a badass content creator. People know that. Go to my page, you understand that. I don't have to explain to you. I don't have to prove myself. If you go to my page, you understand what I do. You understand that. So I knew that I'm good at what I do, but there's something missing. So the way I had that epiphany to write that script, when after our conversation, I told him immediately, my head cleared. You know something like I can't explain how it happens. But the moment I dropped the conversation, the headache disappeared. I was lifted in spirit. Like I feel, you know, like I can't explain really. I really can't explain. I feel like I know
that kind of feeling. I know that kind of feeling. That there's this heavy load that just shifted. There was a shift. There was just a shift. Something shifted.
All of a sudden, my communication skill increased. My relationship skill increased. My listening skill improved. Everything improved. Everything. Like
you spoke and listened to someone you have yearned to listen to for 5 hours. Your communication
improved. So it wasn't like even though I've listened to like all this conversation skill before. I've like I said, my life, all my life, I've always been the guy. I have this insatiable quest for self-development. I've always been working on myself to be better. Not to inspire any other people. I'm saying this. Like I had a conversation with my staff. Funny enough, about 2 weeks ago, the week that we were having, I think one of them was asking me, what inspires me? Why does it go to? I told her money. She was just laughing. She was letting me say, okay, passion or whatever, but I didn't even understand what passion is. Like I said earlier, I used to eat motivational speakers.
And now you are one.
Yeah, now I won. I posted something on my Instagram story today, on my WhatsApp status, because that's where most of my family, my friends are, and they're very quick clients. I told them, like, if you eat motivational speaker, please block me, because that's what I'm becoming. Simple communication, so that we won't have problems. However, if you're looking for healing, if you be held back, follow me, and I'm sure I'm going to heal you with my words, with my story.
Can I ask you a question?
I hate motivational speaker. Now I'm one. Not because listen to me. You still haven't understand my point. I hate motivational speaker. Now I'm one. Why did I hate them? Because of what happened. I haven't found healing to know my potential. Like I said,
and you couldn't relate with their story.
As I'm speaking, it's like a spirit that's communicating to me. So any other question, please let me know before we would wrap up.
Do you plan to write a book?
Absolutely.
Because it's going to be a good read.
I'm working on it already.
It's going to be a good read.
Hold on. Did you look at my page, my bio of this inspired by Habeeb?
Where you wrote, I have a story and I will tell it.
I'm a podcaster, right? Then I said, okay, podcaster, problem solver. That was what I started it there. So, which means I'll start working on my podcast, understand? Putting out more content about inspiring people to free themselves for hatred. Hatred is a disease. It's a mental disease. I used to be healed. So please don't say, I know we joke a lot that, I've blocked my parents or something. But there's a reason why you block your parents. It's a disease. It's a mental disease. It's a mental illness. It's something that's there. And until you are probably healed from that thing, make them understand in a way that it won't offend them. Communicate. It also So please, you have any question before I go? Let me. I feel like they are not
okay.
Okay, I just want. Have you answered the question? So I can see a question. Have you answered it, or any other question?
Yes, you have answered the question. I'm just believing. We are all trying to process this whole thing, and this word you use, hatred, is a disease. Hatred is a disease. That is big.
Meanwhile, I just actually that now. You see that when I say I'm a motivational speaker, I know what I'm saying. Like I didn't plan this before. This word now is actually it's me. I actually let me write it down. That's my trademark. Like under it, I will add Habeeb. It's my word.
It's your word. It belongs to you.
So when I say I'm a motivational speaker, I'm not speaking. I didn't plan it. Even though I'm a content creator, I didn't plan it to come here. I came here to speak for my soul.
Yeah, for healing. One of Two-Face Sidibia's songs says spiritual healing. Spiritual healing. Okay.
That's exactly what they mean. Go ahead.
So, how often do you talk with your dad now?
Since then, we spoke twice today.
Wow.
I've been calling him every single day then. Although when he calls me now, you don't understand that if I didn't pick it, I'm busy and I'll call him back. That's our relationship now. Super smooth. By the way, I didn't complete my story. So 2 days later, my mom called me. Normally I drop the call on my phone. Normally I'm supposed to apologize to my mom, but I didn't. It was the reverse of the case. She actually called me to apologize. And then she told me something like, Habeeb. I said, okay, something actually happened. Like you don't actually explain everything that happened to me. Like, how were you able to attain this level of communication? Because twice or like it's never possible. Like they've given up. We've given up. Everybody in the house, I've given up. We've accepted that. Okay, this is how this is. So we just have to keep following it like that. It's just like I was able to appreciate that. Could I believe that my dad's level communication skills as improved as well? His productivity. He cannot talk to them, ask for feedback. And how did that happen? Immediately after our conversation, at 11, he called my mom. Then I say, okay, yeah, Mosura, because my sister is Mosura, we call it yeah, Mosura. I want to ask you something. Am I a monster? Am I wicked? Am I not approachable? Listen, am I not approachable? Yes, I respond. Silence.
She said she will say he's a good person.
She didn't say anything. She quiet. Silence. So that silence validated my point when I said ask her. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Remember now, I didn't know about what happened. It's at home. My mom is not telling me now that she just kept saying that she went mute. For like me, unfortunately, it wasn't like enough I down on him that this is actually a problem, as a mistake.
That's the problem.
Then is trying to adjust. I know, of course, little by little. But and most of it started change. She was thanking me, praying serious that God will increase my wisdom.
Oh,
it got to a point that I was tired. Like, you don't now. You don't do. I need to work.
Because she also has gotten her own healing. She has gotten her own freedom, and she needed to be happy about it. Wow.
7 letter words again. Courage. 7 letter words.
Courage.
That is a message to the world. You can be healed. If you are currently going through this one, so please send me a DM. We are going to heal you. Because you're going to be healed. I will help you come up with the script. The same thing idea. I will help you come up. I'm going to find healing.
So how did your siblings how did they take it?
You know, after I finished with the call, apparently, okay, I think I missed a lot, but okay, let me explain. So apparently, after reporting to my mom, and I didn't call him, he reported to my uncle, that's Kamal. So that's like my closest, my closest uncle that you don't understand me.
Why can't I hear you?
Hello, can you hear me now?
Can you hear me, Habeeb? Yes, I can.
Okay. So he reported me to him, thinking he's going to call me to beg it. Remember now, he said it's just to beg. And I'm not ready to beg, I'm ready to talk.
You shifted from the angle of begging now to talking. You wanted to talk, you wanted to communicate.
And do you know why I've been able to attain this level? Because that same week, the thing I actually taught my team is value. Now going forward, don't ever discuss price with everybody. Don't discuss price. Whenever they reach out to you, communicate your values what you want. It's not left to them to decide. I don't want you to make that investment. For me, if you're working with me, you're investing. And if you don't have the money to invest, I understand. You understand? I have other small peanuts that can help you sort of 10,000 naira additional content class. If you can't afford additional content class, don't worry. Go to my page. I have a lot of content, more than enough of content there. Go there, you understand? Study it, implement, execute on it. If you start seeing the results, come back and pay. That's the conclusion. Value. That was where this idea of like, I'm going to give you some of my position. I'm not here to beg you. I'm not coming to beg you. I think I even mentioned in the conversation. I'm not before, but I ensure that the profession must have eaten really hard. I'm not going to beg you. I'm going to resolve issues. So are you willing to discuss, settle this as a man-to-man, or we should continue business as usual? No one has ever spoken like that in this whole world. No one. I did it. 7 hours. Courage.
Habeeb, this even if we keep talking, it's going to be an endless discussion. Seriously, because
tomorrow. That's level of serious. Without planning anything. Bring any question I want. I'll give you something that you can actually heal yourself. So as a matter of fact, do you know Tony Robbins?
Yes. I think I am more conversant with his wife.
Oh, okay. It's funny. So I'm the next Tony Robbins in Africa, and I see that happening in less than a year. So
I'm still going to bring you back here. I'm still going to bring you back here.
If you follow Ubon King, may he so rest in peace. Do you know Ubon King?
Ubon King, may he so rest in peace.
I'm the next Ubon King. Trust me, mark my words. and it's going to happen in less than a year.
And I'm still going to bring you back here.
Anytime you want to bring me, I'm ready. Just make sure you schedule the normal schedule, and I'm going to come live.
Thank you so much. Like, you have inspired life, and I'm happy that parents are able to, you know, get it from a child talking to their parents angle. And my mind, my soul, my life, Moms and Deals is saying, I like your confidence. Bill Kiddies is saying, thank you so much. Habeeb, I'm going to be honest with you. This is my first time of having an Instagram live with like a child coming to talk about parent-child relationship. And it means a lot to me. Every Instagram live I've had is about parenting, you know, marriage and all of that. Yes, thank you, host and guest was great. He was great. Ah, God, Habeeb is amazing.
Oh,
you know?
I know now.
Oh my God, delicious. Thank you so much. Let me tell you something. I have one of my coaches that Dimma Wobi, she will say that she's the creative director of Intentional Happiness. So Habeeb is also the creative director of Intentional Courage. Like,
boom.
To also tell you something, and another, Moms and Deal, thank you so much. Another thing I'm going to appreciate you for, your PA was an amazing person. You know, her approach, she is just, her humility is, I don't know. Tell her that I said thank you.
Amazing. We're amazing. I think we've attained that level of excellence. We're still growing, although we're still growing, yes. But then I think we had this conversation just like about 2 weeks ago. I know that our customers are one of our priorities. It doesn't mean I'm not going to allow any customer disrespect you. So you go both ways. But you can never disrespect. I talk to them because I told you, as a matter of fact, I'm a customer satisfied agent. Because, you know, when I work with Airtel, before we actually started working with them, you know, when I go training, they will train us, which is why you saw. So all those people you used to call and insult, when you call Airtel, it's us. That used to, do we insult you?
No. So before I always close, before I wrap up my Instagram live, one thing like you said, finding purpose. I just feel that this parenting thing I do is out of, I want to help. I also want to learn. I want to grow. You have struck something in me this night, and I know that there are places I'm going to be flexible. There are places I'm going to drop a whole lot of things. There are places I'm going to say, this Gen Z, let's relax a bit. So before I wrap up, one thing I always ask, because I love gratitude, what are you grateful for, Habeeb?
What am I grateful for?
Yeah.
In life, I would say right now, I would say the fact that God really spared my dad to this moment.
Yeah.
And that's all really scared. That's why I'm really afraid for anyone that hasn't found healing right now. Because after that conversation with him, I reflected, because I always try to reflect. What if, God forbid, he had died? And we were not able to resolve this. So now I'm saying I'm grateful for life, not for me, not for me, for him. That we were able to, he lived to the moment we were able to resolve this. Because I finally find something in me. Which means, if he hadn't, if I don't have this conversation, as a matter of, maybe as a result of him having what's the word? That was English. If he had died and we didn't have the conversation, I would have discovered it my purpose in life. I would just keep doing I think that's what I'm grateful for.
That God spared you from living a life that will end up guilty and all of that. Habeeb, I'm grateful
I'm not sure I will forgive myself till I die.
I know that kind of feeling. That's exactly what Moms and Deals is talking about.
Okay, so
but I'm going to,
say, in return from you.
Sorry?
I'm just going to ask one thing as a favor from you.
Okay. I can't hear you.
Okay, sorry. By the way, my mom just called. A call came in. It's my mom. They call him now. They don't
Okay,
know.
okay.
It's like they don't know their son now is now woman. It's not becoming something. They won't let me rest now. People that disrespect me, no, you don't know about you.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. You have been yearning for this love, so they must bombard you with this love. If you ever complain,
I'm busy. This is the first time.
Parents, have you people seen? When we show these children love, they complain. We don't show them love, they complain. Hey, which one are we going to do for you people? You see that love? It's going to increase every day.
So I'm going to call after this video. Right? So basically, that's my story.
Okay.
Hopefully, someone is inspired to resolve and then be free tonight.
Yeah, you said you were about to ask something.
Yeah, I need to just save this video and then share it on your page so other people can see it. Please. As a matter of fact, tag me at this time, inspired by Habeeb. Understand? I'm going to share it on my page as well. That's how we keep spreading the word.
I will share it. And I will also share it again and again, because I am now looking at that one man that said, courage is all we need to forgive. So I think it's going to go beyond what we are doing here now. We are getting a book.
This is far beyond what's the word? Like, this is healing now, you understand? This is healing. I'm going to give you on this is far beyond, mother and child or something. Like, anyone can be healed. You're a mother, you're a child,
anyone.
You're a father, anyone can be healed.
If you've read books from Robin Sharma, this is what I got. The moment I read The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, there was healing there. Robin Sharma, Who Will Cry When You Die, there was healing there. You know, Then if you read books from Francis Rivers, you're also going to get things like that. So, which I'm going to say your courage, I can relate it to Bon King. Yes, he said, be in their face.
I said when I speak, when I said I'm a very detailed person, I plan the whole thing. Like, I'm going to start, if I have attained that Bon King level with this year, trust me, within the next 5 years, I'm going to start the level of, what's his name? Tony Robinson. Because I can't explain the fire in me. I have this something that, this constant, like, I just have to talk. I just have to open my mouth, and then you must listen.
Habeeb, thank you so much.
Tony Robbins. If you go to YouTube video, go to Tony and look for his video. That's if you are the type in life that you are serious about. That's if you are serious about life, bro, not any other person. You know that there are still people now that will still think or say that they were like me before. Motivation speakers are nonsense or something. That's what I'm saying. Which is that for now in my life, I'm very strategic about the conversation.
I know.
We can't be talking with you for 5 minutes. If our conversation doesn't align, if you're not talking about business, life, marriage, something like health, I lose the cut. I can't. I know now. I didn't get here by.
There's nothing to talk about.
Which is why if you're at this stage in your life, whereby when you call me and I told you I'm busy, then your response is like, you don't love me enough. If you love me, you have time for me. I'll put you on a wait list, or I'll cut you off. That's not in my wait list.
I get you. I get you.
You have sense, figuratively.
Until you understand.
Until you understand a bit of whatever of intelligence, then we can continue conversation. Or I cut you off. Does that make sense?
Wow.
Matthew,
Habeeb,
again. Oh, the one I was going up. I don't know. I'm not sure if I said this before. Which is the hardest potential in me. But then, he's not looking for any way to kill it. Because he doesn't know. It's not his fault. He doesn't understand. Let me run.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Habeeb. Thank you, everyone that joined us. Thank you to come.
Join this night. For everyone, please do a screenshot and share on your Instagram story.
Please do a screenshot. Do a screenshot.
You can't be inspired alone. You can't be motivated alone. There's someone out there that you can also impact in life before you go to bed. It's not too late. This is a nice place. We can still inspire someone. Do that right now before you sleep, please.
Thank you, Habeeb. This mother here, from the bottom of her heart, this mother here is saying, thank you for giving us this your time. I really do appreciate it. Everyone here appreciates it. To all the team of Kamba Lord, we say thank you for pinning this man down for us for some time. We are so, so grateful. Thank you for sharing your story, for bringing healing, for bringing forgiveness, and leaving us with one word: courage, courage, courage. We're not going to let it just go down. But I'm going out with one word, and I will try my best. Hatred is a disease. I will try my best not to walk in hatred, but to walk in love. I will talk about the things that hurt me.
You didn't compare it. Hatred is a mental disease.
Hatred is a mental disease.
Absolutely.
Habeeb Gaskia.
By Habeeb. No, it is Gaskia. Habeeb. Habeeb, Gaskia is their name. I'm promoting my daughter now. Habeeb. Salahuddin.
By Habeeb.
Salahuddin.
By Habeeb.
I think what we're talking, I actually got another inspiration again for another quote. Do you know what it's called? Conflict.
No.
Conflict excites pressure for change. If we can summon the courage to face the problem. Again, by who? By who?
Conflict.
Wow.
By Habeeb.
You see now, watch the YouTube video. Conflict excites pressure for change. If you can summon the courage, that's right, to face the problem.
To talk about it.
I don't want that courage to be missing. By Habeeb.
By Habeeb.
Salahuddin.
By Habeeb.
Salahuddin. In italics.
Okay, by Habeeb, sir. Okay, I will remember that one.
That's why you see, I'm a very jovial person, and I have a very high sense of humor. That has been me. And I'm sure if you look at
it's amazing because now I understand where the hook, the story, and the offer comes from. So you hook us, you engaged us, and you offered value. You hooked us, you engaged us, and you offered value. So for that, I say thank you. Then till when I'm bringing you back for the launch of the book, bringing you back when you become the Tony Robinson of Africa, bringing you back again when we get to that Ubon King, Habeeb, I will always be joyful to have you as my guest. God bless you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye. Bye, everyone. We are grateful. Thank you so much.